Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Yes. I request you to please put your mobiles on silence. And of course, I thank you for joining us here today. I am Bhavna Mehra, the General Manager of the Foundation. And I'm pleased to welcome you here today with my team for the announcement of winners of the Infosys Prize 2024. As you know, the Infosys Science Foundation was set up by the founders of Infosys in 2009 to further the cause of science and research that impacts India and the world. One of the ways in which we do this is through the Infosys Prize. Now, in its 16th year, the prize is heading in a new direction. I invite the president of the Infosys Science Foundation to tell us more about this before the trustees announce the winners of the Infosys Prize 2024.
Thank you, Bhavna, and good morning to all of you. Welcome to the announcement.
Can we increase the volume a little bit?
Yes, doing that.
Hello?
Yeah, we are increasing.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome to the announcement of the 16th Infosys Prize. In the 15 years since inception, Infosys Prize has recognized and awarded some of the most brilliant minds in research and scholarship. The fundamental objective of the Infosys Science Foundation is to inspire and encourage future generations of scientists and scholars. From the beginning, the prize has been recognizing mid-career researchers. In 2024, we decided to change the direction a little bit and set out to reward early career researchers who are 40 years or younger with a view of identifying and awarding their potential to do great work in the future. These changes in our criteria for the prize were made after much discussion and debate. We felt that in order to reiterate our commitment to seeking out extraordinary talent, we want to spot brilliance and ability early on and shine a light on them that would allow them to flourish. We want to create icons for a new generation of aspiring researchers and scholars. It's a hope that this change in direction will help establish a generation of young academicians who are passionate about pursuing research and scholarship. We want to provide a longer runway for individuals to develop their work that would have potential to benefit society at large. We believe that this redirection will help serve as a catalyst for future innovation and mobilize young individuals towards shaping a better tomorrow. In a challenging and competitive global environment, the Foundation would like to encourage young scientists and scholars to show the promise of the paradigm-changing work. This year, we have also restructured the categories. We have combined humanities and social sciences to create one category and carved out economics as a separate category. The other four categories are mathematical sciences, physical sciences, life sciences, and engineering and computer sciences. As Bhavna mentioned, the Infosys Prize was instituted in 2009 to create role models for future generations. In keeping with this vision, this year's awardees of the prize are some of the brightest rising stars in their respective fields. They will be an inspiration to current and future generation of scientists and researchers. It is our hope that the prize and the recognition it brings will encourage them to realize their potential in the fullest possible way. In closing, just two things. One, We believe that scientific research has the power to create a better future, a more inclusive society, and create a positive role for India in the world of scientific talent and research. At ISF, we hope that this prize will encourage more Indians to participate and support this effort. Second, behind the scenes, the Secretariat and the jury have worked long hours to select and present the best possible laureates to the world. So with that, thank you all for coming, and now I will hand it over back to Bhavna.
Thank you, Chris. And we are very pleased to have with us today the other trustees, Mr. Mohandas Pai, Mr. Shibulal, Mr. K. Dinesh, Dr. Pratima Murthy, and Mr. Srinath Bhatni could not be here with us today, but he, Randan Nilekani, and Mr. Salil Parekh send their warm felicitations. I would now like to invite Mr. Narayana Murthy to deliver the keynote address for this program.
Thank you, Bhavna.
Yeah.
In Israel, a land lacking in natural resources, we learn to appreciate our greatest national advantage, that is our minds. Through creativity and innovation, we transformed barren deserts into flourishing fields and pioneered new frontiers in science and technology. This is what late Shimon Peres, the much respected leader of Israel, once said. Such is the power of new stunning ideas for every nation that today we are all waiting with bated breath to find out who the 6 young scientists chosen by the Infosys Science Foundation are, and what their seminal ideas are to make this a better place for you, for me, and for the entire world, to borrow the words of Michael Jackson. Congratulations to the winners. History tells us that India was a leading nation, leveraging the power of ideas in mathematics, astronomy, engineering, medicine, and surgery. From the Vedic times till the multiple invasions of our country by tribal leaders from Afghanistan and Uzbekistan during the period 780 to 1520 AD, and the later arrival of the British colonizers. History also tells us that the rulers from Afghanistan and Uzbekistan did not have much appreciation for science, medicine, and mathematics. The British conquerors sporadically encouraged our desire to do aspirational and imaginative work in mathematics, astronomy, engineering, medicine, and surgery, but our progress was naturally slow. Thus, the Indian youth was held back in their adventure from advancing in science, mathematics, engineering, and medicine, in enhancing the power of observation of nature, in curiosity, in inferencing, in critical and analytical thinking, in innovation and invention, and in problem definition and problem solving. Between 1000 AD and 1947 AD, a period of about 1000 years. That, my friends, is a long period indeed. The plan to revive the power of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, popularly known as STEM, to solve the problems of our nation, started after we obtained independence 77 years ago in 1947. Naturally, this task has remained a tough challenge. The Indian youth working in India have worked hard and smart to progress to the level of producing and using products for our own benefit from the inventions originating in the developed world. That is indeed laudable. But sound, enduring, and quick scientific and technological progress requires us to go beyond just this capability and to invent stunning solutions for our own unique problems. Global academic history tells us that good governance, academic freedom, meritocracy, encouragement, respect, admiration, and adequate financial support from the government form the vital engines for getting back to the glory days of India in science, medicine, engineering, mathematics, and other areas. At the same time, this history also tells us that successful countries developed a mindset of high aspiration, global benchmarking, and open-mindedness to learn from top quality global research and higher educational institutions, how they are governed in countries that have invented stunning ideas from research efforts. My friend, Singapore is a good example of such a success. We may want to study the case of Singapore. In founding the Infosys Science Foundation in 2009, the trustees believed that creating aspirational role models in research was one way of enthusing our young researchers to aim high in their research. So the trustees created the Infosys Science Prizes of $100,000 US each in 6 categories. Our hope is that this prize would be a good instrument to bring back the power of problem solving to young researchers in myriad areas in our country. Our belief is that our young researchers will focus on some great problems and find solutions to them. How do you recognize a great problem? First, such a problem affects the life of a large number of people. Second, such a problem is a real-world concrete problem that we see around us every day and are unable to do anything to overcome it. Third, the solution to such a problem is rooted in formal STEM theory so that the solution is verifiable, repeatable, and scalable. Let me substantiate my definition of a great problem with some examples from my own field, that is computer science. I will take just 3 examples out of the large number of problems whose solutions have made a huge difference to the world in the last 70 to 90 years. I have chosen them for 2 important reasons. First, the 3 stunning ideas I will talk about were created only through the power of imagination of educated and fertile human mind. They did not require any expensive equipment and laboratories. This certainly suits us well, in India. Second, the solution to these problems were invented 25 years or so after we in India started our focus on STEM education and research in 1947. I have met a few of these inventors and observed their thought process. These extraordinary global inventors give me confidence that our own brilliant youngsters too can solve some seminal problems that beset India. Here are the 3 examples that I wanted to talk about. The first, of course, is the page ranking algorithm that was invented by Larry Page and Sergey Brin, 2 PhD students at Stanford University in 1990. It has brought revolutionary speed to web searching. Today, it is difficult to imagine a world without Google search. Second, human beings like gossip. and they like to exchange secrets. It is easy for human beings to pass on secrets by whispering to each other. However, these are the days when millions of classified information must be transmitted quickly from one computer to another on open communications lines without any danger of any unauthorized person or unauthorized computer making a sense of it. This knotty problem was solved independently by three groups of computer scientists. The first group, that is Professor Whitfield Diffie and Professor Martin Hellman, came with a Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol in 1976 for public key encryption. Ralph Merkle did similar work as an undergraduate student at Berkeley, but the world ignored his work until later when Merkle worked with Professor Hellman at Stanford for his PhD. The second group is GCHQ, that is the British Intelligence Agency. This group had developed a similar solution independently and earlier than the US researchers, but this research was kept classified at that time. The third group, of course, Ronald Rivest, Adil Shamir, and Leonard Adleman, came out with the now famous RSA public key crypto systems or encryption system in 1978. Thanks to these three groups, you can send a secret on a postcard today. We have all listened to, third one is, we have all listened to MP3 audio, watched MP4 video, seen JPEG pictures, and downloaded zip files. These are compressed versions of their original creations. Without such data compression, it would have been very time consuming and in some cases nigh impossible to transmit them from one computer to another. The most useful solution to the data compression problem was provided by three brilliant computer scientists. The first was, of course, Professor Claude Shannon, now much respected as the father of information theory. The second was his MIT colleague, Professor Robert Fano. The third was David Hoffman, who was a student in Professor Robert Fano's class. Hoffman created this earth-shaking algorithm to solve a homework problem given by Professor Robert Fano in the class. What an extraordinary achievement. Why do I believe that these three earth-shaking algorithmic inventions show us the path to India's success? That is because these inventions happened in my own adult lifetime. I know a few of these inventors. I have visited every one of the institutions where these three mind-blowing ideas were created by their faculty and students. I am familiar with how these institutions are governed and managed. The commonality of the institutions that engendered these three stunning ideas are an environment of total academic freedom, openness to new ideas, meritocracy, lack of fear of failure, adequate financial support, respect for hierarchy of ideas rather than the hierarchy of titles, an environment of respect, admiration, and catalytic support for academicians, and finally, zero interference from bureaucrats and politicians in governance, management, and academic affairs of these higher educational and research institutions. Folks, I am pleased that our country too has started creating such an environment so that our young researchers can succeed in bringing fame to our nation. In addition, we must also start doing a few more things. First, there is so much wealth in India. Many of us spend large sums of money on charity, education, and healthcare. We can contribute a part of our money to research and solve some of these problems. Second, investment in R&D by the Indian industry is inadequate. Somehow the Indian companies do not think of breakthrough in world-class products and creating inventive ideas as part of their strategy. I hope this too will happen in the course of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Murthy. Thank you for joining us virtually and for being a champion of the Infosys Prize and of science and research in India. So as Chris and Mr. Murthy have reminded us, the Infosys Science Foundation remains committed to finding the best researchers and scientists and creating role models for the youth. The Infosys Prize, as Chris already told you, recognizes talent in 6 broad categories of research. The prize, in February this year, we also reached out to our nomination council to solicit nominations in these 6 categories. And then we had the jury deliberate for a good 4 months on them and also seek expert advice from leading academicians worldwide. Now, to present to you the winners of the Infosys Prize 2024, which includes a citation by the distinguished jury, a 22-carat gold medal, and a prize purse of $100,000, we have the trustees of the Infosys Science Foundation. As I said earlier, we have some joining us here in person today and some virtually, and we would like to thank those who are not here right now either. You will now be introduced to the winners by them. We made a slight change to the presentation in the areas of research that we recognize while maintaining the overall disciplines that we recognize. I invite Mr. Narayana Murthy to announce the first winner of the Infosys Prize in Economics 2024, a discipline that studies how markets work, their impact on society and development. Over to you, Mr. Murthy.
Thank you, Bhavna. The winner in Economic Prize 2024, instituted by Infosys Science Foundation this year, is Professor Arun Chandrasekhar, Professor, Department of Economics at Stanford University. The citation is on the screen. I don't want to read it. I'll give you a couple of minutes to read it, and then we will move forward. Well, we did speak to Professor Arun Chandrasekhar, and here is his reaction.
It's a huge honor, and huge honor. When you're shocked, I think surreal is probably my reaction. So this prize occupies a sort of very special place to me because, so I actually don't like economics enough to be an economist. So I do economics because of my desire to be connected to India, to understand more, to work on it. Otherwise, I'd be a bad mathematician somewhere. And so, what really means a lot and makes this honor a much bigger deal is that it's, Indian, derived from the thought and will of scholars who are Indian, concerned with India, and in that sense, it's maybe, the sort of honor I feel like my work could receive, and I mean that genuinely. I'm extremely, extremely honored and grateful.
Well, now I have the honor and privilege of introducing Professor Kaushik Basu, and then hear him talk about Arun, his work, and all of that. Professor Kaushik Basu is Professor of Economics and the C. Marks Professor of International Studies at Cornell University. He was also the chief economist and a senior vice president of the World Bank. Prior to joining the World Bank, he served as the chief economic advisor to the government of India. Professor Basu is a fellow of the Econometric Society, and he received India's third highest civilian honor, that is the Padma Bhushan, as well as the National Mahalanobis Memorial Award. He is president of the International Economic Association. He has received several honorary doctorates, including from IIT Bombay and Fordham University, New York. He was recipient of the 2021 Humboldt Research Award for Economics given by the Humboldt Foundation, Berlin. Now I hand the parole over to Professor Kaushik Basu, Professor of Economics. Chair of the Jury of Economics.
Congratulations to Professor Arun Chandrasekhar for winning the Infosys Prize for Economics for the year 2024. The Infosys Prizes are among the world's highest recognitions for frontier research done by young scholars in various fields. It is my honor to welcome you to the portal of winners. This year's prize in economics recognizes your immense contribution to the study of social and economic networks, using innovative data sets and drawing on theoretical methods from machine learning, computer science, and of course economics. Your collection and mapping of networks data from multiple Karnataka villages provides a test bed for studying important questions in development economics. This year's jury consisted of Danny Kwa, Ileana La Ferrara, Seema Jayachandran, Sudipta Sarangi, and Trideep Ray, and I served as chair of the jury. My congratulations to you on behalf of the entire jury. Your work sheds light on the role of networks in the functioning of a modern economy and society, and creates hope for a better world.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Murthy. Please stay with us for the Q&A at the end. We have a few more categories to announce. Thank you. And before we move on to announcing the engineering and computer science category next, I would like to take a moment to remember Professor Arvind Mittal, who was the jury chair for this category for 5 years. Professor Mittal passed away earlier this year. He was a remarkable chair and expert in his field, and of course a very, very warm human to interact with. We will miss him dearly. He has been, this category has been taken over by Jayanagar Murthy from the university, the president of the University of Oregon. But we will of course continue to miss Professor Arvind, and we remember him very fondly. So now to announce the winner of the prize in this category, which is awarded for theoretical and applied work that makes a very visible difference to society or the field of engineering or computer science, I invite Mr. Mohandas Pai, who is joining us virtually.
Thank you, Bhavna.
Yeah.
I'm delighted to announce the Infosys Prize winner 2024 in engineering and computer science is awarded to Shyam Golakota, Professor, School of Computing, Computer Science and Engineering, University of Washington. Is awarded for his impactful research and technology translation spanning multiple engineering domains in societally relevant areas such as smartphone-based affordable healthcare tools for low and middle income countries, battery-free computing and communication, and representation of human auditory sensing with artificial intelligence. We can see that young researchers are now working very well with artificial intelligence and technology in the research. I would like to now listen to Shyam Golakota react after the prize was announced to him?
This is, honestly, I should say this is incredible. What an amazing honor. Thank you, honestly, to everyone who was involved in running this process, and more importantly, to my students and collaborators. But as you said, Professor Murthy, I think this prize really supports the work we are doing on creating symbiosis between humans, hardware, and AI to create superhuman capabilities like super hearing, and that really can have a potential to transform billions of devices like headphones, AirPods, and more importantly, improve the lives of millions of people who have hearing loss. So yeah, thank you so much. I think this prize is really going to support all this work we are doing on inventing things as well as commercializing things, and I'm truly honored, honestly.
Folks, thank you very much. I'm now honored to announce the chair of the jury, Professor Jayati Y. Murthy. Professor Jayati Murthy is the president of Oregon State University. Prior to joining Oregon State, Murthy served as the first woman dean of the UCLA Henry Samuel School of Engineering, Samuel Lee School of Engineering and Applied Science. Professor Murthy is a member of the National Academy of Engineering, Foreign Fellow of the Indian National Academy of Engineering, Fellow of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and the recipient of many honors, including the ASME Heat Transfer Memorial Award in 2016, the ASME Electronics and Photonics Packaging Division Clock Award, and the ASME Kate Gleason Award in 2023. I now invite Professor Jayati Murthy to talk to us.
Congratulations to Professor Shyam Golakota on winning the 2024 Infosys Prize for Engineering and Computer Science. The last 2 decades have seen an explosion of mobile and wireless communications and the formation worldwide of a dynamic and fast-moving mobile information society. Shyam Golakota has been a pioneer in wireless communications. His work is both intellectually deep and has enormous practical impact. Of particular note is his work on active sonar systems for physiological sensing, battery-free communications, and the use of artificial intelligence to selectively tailor acoustic landscapes. I am confident that this extraordinarily creative work is only the beginning, that there are many years of groundbreaking original work ahead. Congratulations again, Shyam. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you.
Thank you. And that was our new jury chair for engineering, Professor Jayati Murthy. Thank you, Mr. Pai. Please do stay with us till the end. And now, the Infosys Prize in Social Sciences and the Humanities, which is the emergent category after we have merged both from this year on. This category of research includes areas from both disciplines, and I invite Dr. Pratima Murthy to tell us more and announce the winner.
Thank you, Bhavna. For those waiting with bated breath to really unravel who the prize winner is, the Infosys 2024 Prize in Humanities and Social Sciences is awarded to Muhammad Kuria, lecturer at the School of History, Classics and Archaeology at the University of Edinburgh. You'll see his citation come up on the screen. One of the important things is that he's probably one of the youngest winners amongst the laureates this year. Let's now look at his reaction when the prize was announced to him.
I'm completely surprised. I was looking forward to discussing the book with Professor Bill, but I didn't know the larger picture. But I'm very, very honored that all of you have read the work and found it very useful and productive to the field. I'm very, very happy. Yeah.
We're all as delighted as he is. And of course, the chair of the jury was Professor Akhil Bilbrami, who's the Sydney Morgan Besser Professor of Philosophy and Professor Committee on Global Thought at Columbia University. Professor Bilbrami's intellectual interests lie in the area of philosophy of mind and language and in political philosophy and moral psychology. He was the chairman of the philosophy department between 94 and 98, the director of the Heyman Center for the Humanities at Columbia from 2004 to 2011, and the director of the South Asian Institute from 2013 to 2016. He was elected as the Cullman Fellow at the New York Public Library and held the Radhakrishnan Chair in India, in addition to visiting professorships at Oxford University and Yale University. He is the president of the Trustees and the executive editor of the Journal of Philosophy. He was the chair of a very eminent jury, and we listen to his response and his description of the award that was given to Dr. Mahmood Kuria.
My warm congratulations to Mahmood Kuria on his being awarded the 2024 Infosys Humanities Prize for his remarkable contributions to the historical study of Islamic legal texts and the wide circulatory influence they have achieved through maritime travel on distant land. His scholarship has opened up, indeed effectively created, a hitherto largely unexplored field of study, that of the Islamic communities in Kerala and the rich corpus of legal, literary and historical texts in both Arabic and Malayalam that Muslim authors composed in or for Kerala over the last 7 centuries. His book, Islamic Law in Circulation, offers a brilliant picture of these communities in times of profound social and economic change. Kuria, through his outstanding and exemplary scholarship, has also created an active community of historians whose work embraces the entire physical space of the Indian Ocean coasts and the longue durée of Islamic cultures throughout that global, though always locally inflected, space. I hope to read much more of your brilliant work.
So, congratulations once again to Mahmood Kuria. Back to you, Bhavna.
Thank you, Dr. Murthy. The Infosys Prize in the Life Sciences is one that most of us can relate to, whether it's translational work or theoretical. We know it'll have an impact on our world sooner or later. And to announce the prize in this category, I would like to invite Mr. Shibulal.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to announce the Infosys Prize 2024 in Life Sciences. The Infosys Prize 2024 in Life Sciences is awarded to Professor Siddesh Kamath, Associate Professor, Department of Biology, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Pune. Now let us read his citation, which is on the screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
We can.
All right. So I'm very shocked at this announcement. I don't know what to say. I'm very honored to receive this prize, and I really thank all my students, past and present, who have worked hard towards making our lab sort of cutting edge in the field of lysophosphatidylserine serine biology and all our LCMS platforms. This award is a representation of their work more than mine. I also thank all my mentors, collaborators who have, worked with us over the years, and, my family for all the support they have provided, from the time I've set up my lab. I'm still shocked. I don't know what more I can say. And thank you to the jury for, considering our work worthy for this award. Thank you.
So let me now introduce Professor Mgangra Sir, the jury chair for life sciences. Professor Mgangra Sir is the Newton Professor of Neuroscience and the director of Simon Center for the Social Brain at MIT. He is a pioneer in the study of the organization, plasticity and dynamics of the brain's cerebral cortex using experimental and theoretical approaches. Professor Sir founded the Simon Center for the Social Brain at MIT after 15 years as the head of MIT's Department of Brain and Cognitive Sciences. He is an elected fellow of the Royal Society UK, the US National Academy of Medicine, the American Association for the Advancement of Science, and the Indian National Science Academy.
Hello, Siddhesh. On behalf of the jury, I congratulate you on receiving the 2024 Infosys Prize in Life Sciences. The prize recognizes your pioneering research on the bioactive lipid lysophosphatidyl-serine, which is an important class of signaling lipids that you have studied for many years. Your work on the metabolism, reception, and signaling of this lipid and its Hello, Siddhesh. On behalf of the jury, I congratulate you on receiving the 2024 Infosys Prize in Life Sciences. The prize recognizes your pioneering research on the bioactive lipid lysophosphatidyl-serine, which is an important class of signaling lipids that you have studied for many years. Your work on the metabolism, reception, and signaling of this lipid and its role in neurological and immunological function and disease has been path-breaking. The jury also recognizes you for the development of leading-edge mass spectrometry and lipidomics facilities, which have enabled important collaborations with scientists across India. So congratulations on receiving the 2024 Infosys Prize in Life Sciences.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shibu. The Infosys Prize in Mathematical Sciences has been awarded for complex geometry, number theory, and so on. Winners in this category have been recognized mostly for their fundamental research that is not immediately obvious to us. To announce the winner of this year's prize, I invite our trustee, Mr. K. Dinesh. Just be careful, don't touch the keys.
Good morning, and it's my pleasure to be here. I always look forward to this day every year when the new star is born, and now it is for mathematics. And it's my pleasure to announce the winner of the Infosys Prize 2024 in Mathematical Sciences. It is awarded to Neena Gupta, Professor at the Theoretical Statistics and Mathematics Units of Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. Here is the citation.
Here we can go on.
Now it's
Thank you, sir, for giving me this information. I am very happy, and just what to say. Because, I'm very happy, elated by knowing this, and yeah, it's a big honor and a responsibility on me. Yeah, thanks everybody. It's good. I should thank my family, my friends, my teachers, and of course the colleagues and friends. I should not say students, because I learn more from them than they learn from me. So with my collaborators and with whom I have been going through this, so thanks to them, everybody.
So it's now my pleasure to introduce the jury chair for mathematical sciences. It's none other than Chandrasekhar Khare. Professor Chandrasekhar Khare is Professor of Mathematics at University of California, Los Angeles. He is a number theorist who works on the connection between modular forms and Galois representation. Professor Khare's work with Jo Per Winterberger gave a proof of a celebrated conjecture of J.P. in the subject. Among the many honors and awards that Professor Khare has received are the Humboldt Research Award in 2011, Cole Prize in 2011, Infosys Prize in 2010, Guggenheim Fellowship in 2008, Format Prize in 2007, and the INSA Young Scientist Award in 1999. Professor Khare was an invited speaker at the International Congress of Mathematicians held in none other than Hyderabad in August 2010. In 2012, he was elected as a Fellow of Royal Society.
On behalf of the entire jury, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Neena Gupta for winning the Infosys Prize in the Mathematical Sciences for 2024. Her remarkable work, particularly her solution to the Zariski cancellation problem, has had a big impact on the fields of commutative algebra and algebraic geometry. She has done all her work in India and is a role model for many young people wanting to pursue fundamental research in the pure sciences in the country. The Zariski cancellation problem was first formulated in 1949 by Oskar Zariski, one of the founders of modern algebraic geometry. Neena's work answers a very basic question which can be informally described as: if two geometric objects have the same structure after adding a dimension to them, so informally considering a cylinder over them, can one deduce that they are in fact the same? In her breakthrough work, she showed that in positive characteristic, contrary to what one might expect, the answer is in the negative. Her work was in 2014 and answered Zariski's question decades after it was formulated. The solution has a striking elegance and has made a great impact on the mathematical community.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dinesh. The next prize is the Infosys Prize in the Physical Sciences, and while the work of the winners of this category may sound like it belongs in a futuristic sci-fi movie, it is cutting-edge research that shapes the ever-evolving present. I request Mr. S. Gopalakrishnan to tell us who the winner of this category is.
It's my honor and privilege to announce the Infosys Prize 2024 in Physical Sciences. So the Infosys Prize 2024 in Physical Sciences is awarded to Professor Vedika Kemeni, Associate Professor, Physics Department, Stanford University. The citation is here. For groundbreaking contributions to theoretical and experimental non-equilibrium quantum matter, most notably the discovery of time crystals. Now you can listen to...
Thank you so much. I'm really honored to get this prize. It's extremely exciting. It's a wonderful surprise, and I'm very grateful to the jury for considering my work, and to my advisors and collaborators who have been really part of this journey with me. So I'm very grateful for the recognition, and I couldn't have done it without the support of many people.
So now it's my pleasure to introduce the jury chair. Professor Srinivas Kulkarni is the George Ellery Hale Professor of Astronomy and Planetary Science at the California Institute of Technology and former director of the Caltech Optical Observatories. Professor Kulkarni's primary interests are the study of compact objects like the neutron stars or gamma ray bursts, and the search for extrasolar planets through interferometric and adaptive techniques. His notable awards include the Allen Waterman Prize of the U.S. National Science Foundation, a Helen B. Warner Award of the American Astronomical Society, and the Jansky Prize of Associated Universities Incorporated. Professor Kulkarni is an elected fellow of several learned academies, including the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America, and foreign member of the Royal Netherlands Society of Arts and Sciences. In 2007, he won the Dan David Prize for his contribution to the emerging field of time domain astronomy. In 2024, he was awarded the Shaw Prize in Astronomy. So let me congratulate Vedika, and let's listen to Professor Srinivas Kulkarni.
Congratulations, Dr. Vedika Khemani. Your work addressed a fundamental topic in physics, crystals. Ordinary crystals are periodic in space and last forever. For a long time, physicists have wondered about the temporal equivalents, time crystals. With your deep theoretical knowledge and a keen awareness of practicality, you teamed up with experimentalists and demonstrated time crystals, systems which are periodic in time and lasting forever. You've been a real transfer agent between theory and experimental work. The jury panel noted that not only your work has been a fundamental contribution to physics, but also a unique approach to fundamental quantum mechanics. On behalf of the jury panel, I congratulate you on being the winner of the 2024 Infosys Prize in Physical Sciences.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gopalakrishnan. And with this, we bring our announcement to a close. Congratulations to all the winners of the Infosys Prize 2024. I'm sure they'll be an inspiration to a younger generation of scholars everywhere. I would like to invite you all to attend the ceremony where we felicitate the winners at the Taj West End Hotel on 11th of January in Bangalore. The winners will receive their prizes from the jury chairs and the chief guest, Professor Peter Sarnak, who is currently faculty at the Institute for Advanced Studies and also at Princeton University. Most recently, he is also a winner of the Shaw Prize. Now we're ready to take any questions from the audience. If you have a question, please do raise your hand and we will bring you a mic. Introduce yourself, yeah. Can we have a mic here, please, in front? Please, can we bring back Mr. Murthy and Mr. Pai?
Yeah, very good morning, sir. This is Ajay. Just I wanted to know if in going future, if the categories are from 6, there is any possibility to get increase. Because what I am asking is, today the global warming and climate change mitigation is very much needed of the hour. The basics science with...
Mahesh, can you give a mic?
Yeah, one of the under science we have climatology and earth sciences which deal with most of this kind of, and in what are the forums of climate change or sustainability, we don't often see the real people working behind and their voice. Only some activities or NGO or some government official they represent. We don't know how much what are their present is true. Thank you, sir.
No, we will take note of that. These are things that the trustees discuss periodically, and this year, of course, we combined humanities and social sciences and created the economics category. So thank you for that suggestion.
Are there any other questions? You can also address Mr. Pai, who is still with us. I think Mr. Murthy has dropped off.
This is Sudhira. I'm with Research Matters. I must congratulate the jury for having been very successfully choosing very noteworthy awardees in the past, as in who have been above 40 years. And this is a new criteria that you've come in this year. Having said that, I think would it not be useful to also still look at encouraging researchers who have already proved the mettle in the age group of 50 to 60 in the sense, so that you're, I say in a way, you're depriving some of the noteworthy research that has already been done. And those who have already done work in India, and I can see only 2 of them have worked in India, and the rest have been based out of US, notably. Any thoughts on that?
See, till this year, we have been recognizing scientists, scholars in the age category of 50. So we always had this focus on mid-career scientists, we felt that we need to give a much longer runway to the laureates who we recognize, so that they can go on to do even greater work, recognize them early in their career. And that's the reason why the criteria was changed after much deliberations. This is only one of the awards scientists have, right? So there are many other awards also. Infosys Science Foundation has certain philosophy, certain criteria, and this is based on our philosophy of recognizing scientists early in their career, giving them early recognition and allowing them to do even greater work in the future.
Good morning, everyone. Sir, is there a possibility or a thought process within Infosys to start an education system or a school system where our children can study, or the children with high IQ quotient of STEM can explore their intelligence in an unlimited pattern without having to worry about the degree qualification, whereby we can secure their financial, the security of the future. So because in India we worry that if I don't do this, then I don't get a job, I can't earn, my financial security is kind of, at risk. So that is why we don't have many scientists, innovators in the country. So Infosys as an organization can explore the possibility of having the school system in every city, where the support is provided for the highly intellectual children of our country. Thank you.
Very interesting idea, thought. Our mandate, Infosys Science Foundation mandate, is limited. We will probably pass this on idea to Infosys. That's all I can say at this point, and maybe maybe some discussion may happen.
Sir, I'm working on it, so that's why I can.
So please reach out to Infosys if you have some ideas.
Yes, definitely. We can, discuss ideas and.
Infosys. With Infosys Science Foundation, we do lectures. We do.
We do seminars, we do lectures around the country. We know it's not addressing the point that you're talking about,
Yes.
but yes, it's a different mandate.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. So my question is, with the new system that you've given preference to the early career researchers, do you think there could be also a place where the laureates, that they could go beyond the classrooms and the kind of common lectures in the name of outreach, and actually reach out to the people at large in terms of connecting with their work with the society, really?
So two things. One, there is on 10th of January, we have a symposium where these laureates will all present their work. And 11th is the award ceremony, 11th of January. Second, we create opportunities for these laureates to do lectures around the country, and as well as the jury chair, jury panel members. So we organize lectures around the country to talk about science in general, then the work done by the laureates, etc. And this year, we have also requested the laureates who have won, who are outside the country, to spend over the next few months, approximately 30 days in the country, working with an institute in India, with a research institute in India. So we hope that that will encourage collaboration with these laureates, with institutes, research facilities in India. So you will see them spending some time in India.
Thank you, sir.
And Dr. Falke is also here with us. I think you're doing with the Science Gallery. Who heads the Science Gallery? So we will, of course, be doing some lectures with institutes like hers, where winners of the Infosys Prize speak to the public. So we have 15 laureates from Bangalore who will be speaking as part of this series, hopefully early next year, and we will also host host lectures by winners of this year around the country.
Well, can people see you?
Are there any other questions? Well, if not, then we will.
So thank you all, and we have some guests here also, and I want to thank them for their ongoing support to the whole Science Foundation, the science community, this prize, and.
Thank you.
Lunch, right?
Yeah. Thank you to the past laureates. I see some of you here, to some members of the jury, nomination council, and well-wishers for your support, for your constant support. Before you, I urge you to spread the good word on the work of the winners. It's very important that we encourage these younger winners also. So before you join us to celebrate them, please join us for lunch outside. And I'd like to thank the team of the Infosys Science Foundation, Swati Devankar, Serene Murthy, and our extended team in putting all this together. Thank you. We would like the trustees to stay back for a photo. If you could come on stage here, then we'll do one photo with you.
Great job, Bhavna.
Thank you.
You want there?